Hello everyone, it's Rachel here at Clarty Hands Crafts, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this little piece of ephemera which has a nice large pocket in one side and then some notebook papers in the other side. So I hope you enjoy it and let's get to it. Okay, so to start with we're going to half an A4 piece of paper lengthwise. Because my paper trimmer is useless with single sheets of paper, I'm going to use a pair of scissors to just tear it. I don't mind a shabby edge, right. So I'm just switching out the blade on my trimmer for the scoring tool. So then we're going to take one of the pieces. I'm going to take this one because I think it's the most interesting one. And we're going to score that at 3 inches. And then at 6 inches. And then at 9 inches. This is going to make the cover of the duo. So we're going to fold once, twice, and wrap that piece around. So this is going to be our little cover flap thing, and then it'll open up like this, alright? So then we want to fold down this corner with the right hand side. So I'm lining up this line with the crease that we made, and then that's going to be folded in like that. And we want to glue that down now, so I'll do that right away. Across and up or down, whichever way you want to do it. And then we can flip that over and seal it shut. And having this folded instead of cut reinforces it and makes it double thickness. So that's a good thing to have in a pocket. And then you'll be able to close it again and just reinforce those creases to make sure that everything, is sitting nicely. We'll take our other piece and then we're going to fold this in half widthways. And cut it, and then we're going to fold those in half. And these will make our little notebook pages. One goes inside the other. That's going to go in there like that and be attached. And then it will fold up, pages go down, pocket goes over, and then the closure goes over the front like so. Now it's up to you how you decide to stick that in. So what you could do, which I'll do for now I think, and then I might go around and stitch it afterwards, is just add a very thin line, if my glue will allow it, down the spine. And nestle that inside there. And then when that dries you can fold it out to make sure that you can open it properly. And then that goes the same again in there, so add more glue. Just being careful to keep it all lined up. Lovely. Right. So with this being glued, I need this piece to open right out. That's quite important. I think I'll need to cover that little tear with a piece of washi tape or something. But that opens and closes now, and then you can leaf through your notebook. Okay, and then we need to decorate. I'm thinking to have this as a nice image, which I've got here, I think. And this was from a paper pad that I got off of Amazon. I will link it below. I can't remember what it was called, but I'll link it down below if you want to get your hands on it. It's got all sorts of handy little images and photographs and things inside it, so it's quite nice for decorating as well as making pages. So I am cutting away, should have done this with the trimmer, those dark edges, because I don't know if it's just the way that I cut it or if it's the way that it was printed, but they were a bit uneven. Some were thicker than others. So I'll take them off and then ink around them anyway. So make sure you've got it the right way up while you're decorating. And is that an even border? Kind of, it just needs a little snippet to be taken off there, I think. And then we're going to glue that down on top. Like that. So we need something for this page as well. And I'm thinking this colour red goes nicely with that rose. So if I can just use this as a mat, then it leaves a nice space to put a photograph over the top. Just marking where I need to cut. And I'll just make sure that that fits. Perfect. So I'll glue that into position as well. So when you open the back out, it's going to look like that. Let's have a look, see what I've got in this little vintage pad. Those are a bit too wide. I think that's a bit dingy. That might work. I use this paper all the time. You'll be sick of seeing it by now. So I'm going to keep that edge straight. I was thinking, oh, don't need that one. I was thinking that I could do a curved line so that it's more like a purse fold flap, but I'm going to just keep it straight so that this will have a nice effect over the top. We'll ink that as well to help the colours to coordinate a bit more. And then I was going to add a closure. Now I was just thinking of using one of these roses with that circle punch. I don't know if it's going to clash now that I've got the butterfly on there. I think that's all right. By the time we make it a bit more grungy, and I'll poke a hole through in the centre. Then I've got this little brad to go in the middle. Just make sure that the position is going to be right before I pierce. Take the brad out. Is that somewhere near the centre? Pierce that through. And that's going to give us a place to tie a string around. So I'm going to split that pin at the back and then use some more of this butterfly paper on the inside just to cover it up mainly, and to add a bit of decoration as well. Okay, and then I've got a couple of little things to go inside the pocket. So let's just check that they fit okay. I'm going to trim that down. So I don't think that border's really adding anything because it is, I think it's the way that they're printed because they were quite cheap. The quality's lovely, it's nice and thick. But just some of the photo frames and things are a bit uneven. Although I shouldn't complain because we like things to be uneven in junk journals. Sometimes anyway. Just aging the already aged photograph. There, now that fits in much nicer. And then this little ticket. These all came from the same pad. And that just adds another layer in there. Okay, let's see how the notebook's doing. So what I'm going to do is just fold the pages back one at a time so that that little seam area doesn't tear apart. When you look through it. So all of the pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So I'm going to leave these blank I think we need something on here, don't we? Pulled out this lace. My mum got a great haul from, it was an old craft group that had left a load of stuff behind, and she pulled it all out. Well, actually the group pulled a load of stuff out. I got a message saying, do you want some of this? I said, yes please. And it was all old-fashioned stuff. It was great. Right. What do we reckon? Another butterfly piece, or is that overkill? Is that all I've got left on that paper? I have to do another one. See, I like the colours in this, but I'm not sure about the theme of knives and forks. I don't know, I'm very funny about themes. Like, we can pass this off as garden theme, can't we? When it's got roses and butterflies. I'm not sure about those people, but... oh well. Oh look, we've got red in here. These ladies are something to do with seamstressness. Oh, I'll be quite Rachel. Okay, I want that red rose on. I can't. Is that? Yeah, it looks upside down because these roses are at the side. Let me just try. And if I cut up that one first, I'm going to try and kind of jigsaw it together so that it fits in that space. So that one goes up to that one in the diagonal. Lost a mark. Is that a mark or a piece of the picture? That mark to that mark. Line that up and cut. Fingers crossed. Woohoo! It's a perfect fit. There we go. Go there. Great. Does that go there, do you think? Or shall we try and attempt to cover that bit? I think it looks best going across there. Okay, I'll apply that. Being extra careful at the edge bits because they're the bits that are going to need to be stuck down the most. And I'm hoping that the glue will just dry clear in between the gaps. Make sure I get it the right way around, we don't want it back to front. And then I don't know if I've got my little tiny scissors down here, so let's just see if we can manage with the big ones. Hey, there we go. And I think I'm fine with that little angle being there. Don't think you notice it too much. Okay, and then when that's dry, actually, can I just mop up some of the glue so that I can close it up? We fold like this. Oh, I'm going to get a photograph to stick on there. I've just pulled these pictures. I think I'm most likely to go for that one. Let's try the others and make sure there's none that I prefer. Yep, definitely that one. It's the right colour and everything. And they can be matted onto there. No. Right, I'm just going to try and lift the edges of that little button thing. Tie a piece of string around it. Single knot and a double. Trim the end, and then you can wrap that round. And somehow I've managed to cut the exact right amount. Well, kind of. Let's just take that end. So there you go. Right, let me just move that. I'll open it out to show you properly. Undo the closure, fold that back. And then if you wanted to add a little note in there, you can. Put your photographs, your bits and bobs in your pocket. And then your little notepad as well. As I say, you can add a row of stitching down the centre pages of those down there, and that would hold that in place and add something a bit more textured as well, because that would show on this side then. And then you could even go as far as stitching all the way around if you wanted to. So that's today's little project. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time for another one.